Overwhelmed by too many wine options that are out there this holiday season. We've got the worldwide wine guys here to help sort through all of this. Mike DeSimone is here, and also Jeff Jensen, and they are in the house. Hey, guys.
Hey, Mark. How you doing? Today we're going to show you some really great wines from California. They're all under $20, so you can bring them to a family or friend's house for the holidays, so you won't break the bank.
You know, and if you ever wonder at a wine tasting, all those people swirling their glasses around, and you're like, what are they doing there? We're going to teach you how to taste wine and how to make sense of it.
There for you.
All right, and now we're going back into the kitchen because, hey, you guys, we're having wine and cheese and crackers when we come back with the World Wine Guys, Mike DeSimone and Jeff Jensen when we come back. Yum. I'm so excited. Last year, Americans consumed 325 million cases of wine. Yes, that's 325 million cases of wine.
Most at your house.
Yeah. Surpassing France as the world's largest wine market. But many of us don't know that the proper way, you know, to be able to taste wine. We're not sure exactly how to do it. We think that we do, but we have some gentlemen here who are going to teach us. And they are Mike DeSimone and Jeff Jensen of the World Wine Guys. So welcome, gentlemen, to the
Welcome. I go to the store, I see the greatest deal in wine, I reach for it and I go, yeah, it's probably not a good wine because it's a really cheap bottle. Is that true?
Not necessarily, and a really good idea is to do your research. So, you know, we're editors at Wine Enthusiast magazine, and so magazines rate wine, so you can kind of have it, pick a few wines before you go to the shop and say like, oh, those sound good. This way, if they don't have your number one, they might have another one on the list.
And there's a lot of apps that you can use, but also, too, in the wine store, there's something called a shelf talker. And the shelf talker basically says how many points the wine got. And it could be rated a best buy because it's a good value, a good price for a number of points. So try to stick with wines like 88 points and above, and you'll get some good wines.
Are we paying through the nose for these expensive, the hefty price ones?
Some of them,
Is it worth it, though? Or how do we know it's worth it?
It depends. It depends.
Right, and that's why you have, you know, you kind of like do your research, like I said. And, you know, in fact, today we have 5 wines, all from California, that are under $20.
That's right.
So we have that. And also, you know, especially for the holiday season, we should all kind of give love to our home state. And, like, they make wine in all 50 states. And wherever people live, go to a local winery or go to a farmer's market. And get some local wine and serve that to your friends and family.
And you know, these are all from California, but they're available nationally. They're available in every state across the union. So you can get these wines, and like Mike said, they're all under $20. Some of them are even $15.
Well, let me ask you, you know, you always see people like they're sitting at their table and, you know, they're doing this and they look like they know what they're doing, and I pretend like I know what I do. I have no idea why I'm doing this. What am I doing, and do I have to do it?
It's, you know, it's kind of like a little thing that you don't have to talk to the person across the table. You can just swirl your wine.
All right.
Why am I swirling it?
You know what? Why don't we, let's start with our white wine.
Oh, let's start with the white wine.
So this is a Gerard Sauvignon Blanc from Napa Valley. Okay. And the first thing that you're going to do, I was going to say, somebody stole somebody's wine.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So there's 5 S's when you taste wine.
S's?
S's. I mean, everybody knows how to drink, right? We all know how to drink. But to appreciate wine, we kind of follow these 5 S's. First one is sight.
Sight.
Does it look nice and clear?
Beautiful.
You know, does it look, you know, really...
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's not cloudy,
You want it to be clear, and you also want to, you know, if you're really in that expert level, you want to check out the color.
You want to see the color. Then you want to swirl it a little bit. That releases some of the aromas. And then when you swirl it, get your nose in there.
Yeah, then you're going to smell.
No, this is a big glass. Get your whole nose in there.
Pretty.
It is pretty.
And that's what we're looking for.
Right.
Not if it smells good or bad.
Right. Well,
you don't want it to smell bad.
Right.
Well, then, but I mean, that's why I'm smelling it to smell the aroma. Like that first thing in a restaurant when they bring out the bottle and pour for the first person, that's when you're actually evaluating whether the bottle is good or
if it
bad.
smells moldy or like wet cardboard, or even like we say something barnyard, like wet straw, send the wine
But we don't have any of that here. We've got some tropical fruit, little grass, 3 S's.
All right, we did 3 S's.
James, any barnyard over there? No.
No barnyard S. Is there a 4th S?
Yeah. That's going to be sip and then swallow.
Now, how do we sip properly? Okay.
I think it's a pinky out, right?
Yeah, pinky out, yeah.
Pinky out.
Just like you've done ever since you're a kid with that sippy cup.
This is lovely.
It's nice, right?
Very nice.
Yeah, nice. This is a Gerard Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay, so there's that I would, this is what I would do if I were out with somebody. Oh, that has a quick finish. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means.
Then you have to have another sip, so it lasts a little bit longer because then the next S is swallow.
Swallow.
And I
then
always add
savor.
one. Savor.
Savor and discuss it. Talk about it. Right.
Okay.
So we're not tasting the next wine, but the next wine is a Cundy Chardonnay. So this is a nice Chardonnay from California, and it's got a little bit of oak. And it's really, really pretty. So I like that one.
But now we're going to move. Now we're going to move into the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Next one, we have the red wine,
So this is Josh Sellers. This is
I had a question.
okay.
California wines. I guess the wine leaders, there was the whole thing with the French wine.
Sure. That's 1976.
How did the California wines now?
They're holding up very, very well.
Which is exactly why we wrote this book, Wines of California, because it's all about California wines. California wines are a force to be reckoned with now. And they make good wines in the whole state, not just Napa and Sonoma. So, we covered in the book from Mendocino all the way down to Temecula. I mean, we're not too far from Temecula here, and that's pretty close to the Mexican border. Some great wines down there.
This is lovely.
This is delicious.
So let's try this one.
While we do the 5 S's here, I want to ask you a question because I've seen people drink red like this, but I see people drink, or white, I see people drink red like this. Right. Is there a reason for that?
Really? I mean, you should hold your glass by your stem, but if a red is served too cold, you're warming it up with your hand because you can't get all the fragrance and taste if it's too cold. But
how do you feel about the stemless wine glasses? Is that
I really don't care for them.
Yeah.
I like
I think they're great for outdoors though, because the wind could blow one of these over.
Can we talk about the best part of the wine? Because I could have a meal of this every single day for the rest of my life, every day.
Right.
Is the cheese and the wine and the grapes and the cracker.
Well, it's all about the pairing. It's all about how the tastes of this go with the tastes of everything that we serve.
I love the cheese. So do you recommend great cheese to go along with the wine?
We do, and there's some great cheeses here which pair really perfectly with all these wines, but with the Josh Cab, this Petite Syrah from Kincannon. But I always like to end a meal or a celebration with a little bit of sparkling wine. Who doesn't like sparkling wine?
Right. But wait, can I ask you that this is I never want to make this mistake. Say you're on a date and you take a sip of the wine, you go, full-bodied.
Yeah.
And then you look at her, then it's probably, what does that mean, or voluptuous? I mean, I just want to make sure they're not thinking
You're talking about a wine that has what we call really good mouthfeel. So it really fills your whole mouth.
Yeah, it's got some heft on the palate.
It's not just like, boom across the tongue and down.
How are Rieslings? Because it's a German wine, right? But I love Riesling with dessert.
Yeah.
And what is this one?
But the sparkling wine, this is Chandon. We've all heard of Moet and Chandon.
Oh,
this is the California property in Napa.
We have to step away to the break, but we're going to sample this. And thank you so much, by the way.
This is great.
The book is available. If you want more information about wines of California, you can pick it up. Information is on our Twitter and our Facebook page. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
And cheers to you at home, too.